we don't handle chemtrails.
How many people's complaints on chemtrails have you investigated?
They're mobile sources. We have not investigated those.
You guys are covering up chemtrails.
No, we are not covering it. We have no reason to cover up chemtrails.
Of course, you have every reason to cover it up. You know they're spraying them. I know they're spraying them. You can say till the cows come home they're not. But I know differently, so I'm not willing to just stop and let you guys give me the runaround anymore.
No one here is trying to give you the runaround. I can't come out there and spend the state's money on sampling and was paying for using the state's money to pay for analysis for chemtrails, which we have no authority to do. You know, if you're talking about chemtrails, stuff in the air like that, you're back to, it depends on the effects. The local health department, the companies that are running these airplanes that are putting this material out.
I'm not going to play pet detective for y'all and spend like the next 3 years trying to track down planes and go out buying telescopes and all this stuff and just be trying to it's not my obligation. I mean, it's not fair to ask me to say, and then to send me to the public health department. I think you guys might be a little above them. You know, I think going backwards at this point is pointless.
Yeah, part of the problem is that the chemtrail concern has been around for 30 years. It's nothing new.
When I was a kid, there wasn't even such a thing as a chemtrail, and if it was done under like some type of secret project, maybe in just one little location. It wasn't a huge global ongoing operation, which is what it is right now. And that's the only reason why people are becoming aware and awake to this is because y'all can't hide it anymore. You're doing it too blatantly obvious. You're screwing up every place. If you live here, then you know what's going on here in the sky. And I can't imagine that you can go home with a good conscience and just say, I know you're going to go home tonight and say, yeah, that girl, she knows what's up. I feel bad. I couldn't tell her because I'd lose my job. I know you're laughing about it, but I know the truth.
Amanda, there's nothing like that going on here. No one has any interest in hiding anything or concealing anything with chemtrails. We don't even regulate it. We don't go to airports. We don't check what people's loading on airplanes.
How responsible of you. You're not willing to check the quality of the environment in any way. And I am a concerned citizen, and I spoke with you.
We're not covering up anything, and we don't have anything to hide here.
But, okay, if you're not covering up anything, I'm calling you, telling you unmarked planes are spraying stuff over top of you.
Any airplanes in the air are monitored, as far as I know, are monitored and regulated by the military.
Unless they have their transponder off, unless their serial numbers have been painted over due to military operations. I'm not stupid,
There's absolutely nothing I can do about that. That would concern me, but there's nothing I can do to investigate transponders being off and so on and so forth. We cannot look into things coming out of airplanes.
Okay, and then you can't tell me who can?
I would think it's the FAA. You said you've already talked to them.
Oh, my God. You're actually, again, I just told you the FAA, I have dealt with them for years. They don't deal with pollution. They sent me to the EPA. The EPA is telling me that, I guess they're the closest I got. But see, they have a loophole in their thing where if there's an apparatus connected to the airplane, they don't check the emissions that come out of that. It's not in their jurisdiction. And then they told me that no one regulates the air. Like literally, there is no one. If you look at the Clean Air Act from the EPA, it says that they regulate air emissions from mobile and stationary sources. Well, then I asked them what is considered a mobile source. It was everything but aircraft. Okay? So don't you find that a little odd that, literally they mandate every single thing, and they are the governed agency that controls what goes on in our air, and yet they have completely written out airplanes? And why did y'all change it in 1990?
There's a ton of state agencies, and we don't work for the health department. They don't work for us. We don't work for the EPA. And that's why you kind of get passed around for people to have their little.
No, that's not why. Y'all are trying to eat up my time. You're trying to confuse me, and you're trying to.
Not at all.
You have a duty to the people of this state, and you live here, and for you to literally try to get away with saying something like they don't spray here, we are bombarded. Hampton Roads gets literally slammered all the time. And I photograph all of this, so for you to attempt to try to say that it doesn't happen here, I can just post, which I do, all my evidence, and I will specifically call you out on it, and you will look like a fool. All this work that I've put into this just to get one EPA representative to come talk to me or to see my evidence or to take anyone, and I even told him it doesn't have to be me. Just take a soil sample from anywhere on Earth. I'm sure you'll find something.
Well, you yourself can hire somebody to sample.
Why should I have to do that and pay my money and everything when you're the government agency that's set up to take care of this for us? What are our tax dollars paying for? You're failing the people and you're failing yourself.
It's within the regulations we have to work with. It's not a global scope.
We live in this technological age, and you're expecting me to write a letter now to someone who gets probably 1 million letters a day when I can go directly to the source of the agencies that are set up by the federal government to protect our environment and the people living in it.
Yeah, although
you did any problem with this?
You did say that you felt that the agencies you've talked to are not helping you.
Oh, I don't just feel like you're not helping me. I believe you are covering up chemtrails.
No, we're not covering up chemtrails. We don't regulate that kind of thing.
You haven't done anything for me.
Because I can't do anything for you.
Well, who do you do stuff for?
All the citizens within regulations that the General Assembly has given us. The board is, as it says, it is a group of people that meet, I think, quarterly and approve regulations and things like that, which then filter down to me to enforce.
It's pathetic to me, and it makes me feel ashamed of the people that are running this country and the system that's set up, because I'm literally trying to break through the system just to protect my own air. I shouldn't have to be sitting here fighting with you about, trying to get you to believe me that these planes are spraying this crap out for you just to shut me down. I take it personal.
Well, and I understand that, but there's nothing I can do to go outside of the regulations that affect us.
Yeah, you're regulated. You're regulated.
We are regulated.
Tell me one more time. Who regulates you directly?
Well, the General Assembly puts out the laws.
Okay.
The General Assembly puts out the regulations.
Yeah.
Over time, over years and years and years, and
right.
Now some of the regulations, the laws EPA has put out, and we just adopt them. We don't rewrite them.
Okay.
We can make them stricter, and then they become regulations which we follow. And we do have the air monitoring website that, but we operate the machines. The data, a lot of it's sent up automatically, and well, one thing you mentioned in this day and age, it's a shame to have to write a letter, but it doesn't matter if it's a letter or an email. But putting things in writing, you're concerned. If you write your senator, at the very least, you go on record with your concerns and you get an answer. They will answer you.
All right, I already went on record twice with the EPA and the military and the FAA. They all have my formal written complaint.
Okay.